Okay, I'm now recording session. Whatever we discuss, we are going to, or rather, that will remain available to you so that you can rerun through the session. So let me open Google Analytics. How do I open Google Analytics? You have to open analytics.google.com. When you open analytics.google.com, this is the screen that you see. So for next few minutes, I will be discussing about the Google Analytics interface. What do you expect when you log into Google Analytics? Where are things and all that stuff? I will be discussing with you. Just give me a minute before I start that. But can you just like with quick yes, no, can you guys please confirm that things are good with you? You have connected your analytics with your blog and you are able to see the numbers. Is there anyone who still has a problem? Okay, good. It seems we don't have any problem. Let's move on. How many real-time reports, like under real-time reports, what was the number that you saw? What was the maximum number that you guys saw? Whoa, Pallavi 13 users, nice. What about other guys? Parul 9 users, very good. Saranya 12, nice. When I go and see reports for my blog, I see only either 0 or 1, that's it, or maximum 2. Why? Because my blog doesn't attract any traffic. So you guys are getting 2 digits number, that's nice. You will soon get 3 digits number. Best luck for that. Just use all the digital marketing techniques that you learn in this class. SEO, SEM, social, email, everything together, you guys will end up earning a good number of traffic to your website. Okay, so in this session, we are going to get an overview of Google Analytics interface. So when you log into Google Analytics, how do you log into Google Analytics? You log in using analytics.google.com. If you're already logged into your Gmail or any other Google provided services, it will use the same login and it will show you screen that looks something like this. So this is the default landing page for Google Analytics. So what does this screen show you? This screen shows you a number of reports combined together. So if you just scroll through this page every day, if you are a busy man, if you own a business and you have to spend a lot of time managing that business, you should at least come and visit this page. What this page shows you, this page is nothing but a default dashboard which is created by Google for your convenience. A number of important reports are shown on this screen. So when you log in, the first thing that you see is how many users you had, what was the revenue, if it was, or if you have a e-commerce portal, your conversion rate, and how many sessions you had. And this data is valid for, or rather, how many days this data is for. The answer lies here. It is for last 7 days. You can simply click on it and change the number of days. The report will get updated automatically. So this is an overview. Please remember, if you want to see detailed report, you have to click on the link that is provided at the bottom. Every report has a link provided at the bottom, like real time. I can simply look here and see that, okay, 580 users are accessing my website right now. So I don't have to go to real-time overview and access those numbers. When I log in, as soon as I log in, I see the numbers. If I have to look at the detailed report, of course, the link is made available here. If you scroll down, you will see the traffic channel report, your geography report, when do your users visit, which is the most busy time for your website, all that stuff you can see. We are going to see majority of these reports in detail, but just for your information, when you log in, you see a dashboard which covers most important reports. This is an overview. So if you want to access reports in detail, the link is at the bottom, or where are reports available in Google Analytics. If you want to access the reports, the reports are available on the left hand side. You can see there is a section called as reports, and under reports you have 5 different categories of reports: real time, audience, acquisition, behavior, and conversion. ABC of analytics: acquisition, behavior, and conversion. Real time reports, as we have seen last time, what are real time reports? These are the reports which tells you in real time or in near real time what exactly is happening on your website, how many people are coming and visiting. Every report is collapsed. You can click on this arrow, or you can click on the report name. It will expand. So real time has few reports under it, but if you click on the audience report, you will see that some of the reports have their own sub reports also, like geo report. Two types of reports are provided under geo: the language report and the location report, but some of them don't have a sub report. That means that's the only report which is available for you. Every tab will start with an overview. What is overview? Overview provides you again an idea. It gives you an overview about your audiences. If you go under behavior and click on the overview, it will give you an overview about the behavior of your users. So all the tabs, first report is overview. After that, there are different reports. There are more than 50 reports which are available to you by default in Google Analytics. You don't have to create any dashboard, you don't have to modify those reports. Those reports are ready for you to use. More than 50 reports are available to you on the left hand side. So in this session, we are not going to cover all the 50 reports. That will not be possible for us to cover in given time frame. So what we are going to cover? We are going to cover the most important reports, most frequently used reports that when you work as a webmaster, when you work as an analyst, the reports which are very useful for you on day-to-day basis, we are going to cover those reports. So real time audience, if you want to understand about people, like how many people are coming to my website, where are they coming from, what kind of device are they using, are they using MacBook or Windows machines, all that information is available to you under audience. Acquisition, as the name suggests, these reports will tell you how exactly are you acquiring users. That means how are you bringing in users? Are you acquiring users to your website? Are they coming from social, search, email? All these questions will be answered under acquisition. Behavior: what do people do on your website? What is their behavior? Which pages are they visiting most? What's the bounce rate of each page? How much time do they spend on that page? What are they searching on my website? Are they filling out any forms? Yes, no, all those questions will be answered under the behavior report tab. Then the next tab is conversions. Conversions, if they are happening on your website or not. Not necessary that you have to have an e-commerce website. Let's say, for example, if people are filling out form, if someone fills out a form, that's a conversion for me, like contact us, or if people are commenting or not, if people are downloading my brochure or not, that can be my conversion. And if I want to know about the conversions, I will go and visit the conversions report here. So reports, we are going to see every important report in detail. But where are reports available? They are available on the left hand side. Admin section, if you want to make any changes to Google Analytics, the default changes or the default values you want to change, the admin section is available at the bottom left corner. You might end up working with different accounts, different properties. So today I am working on this Google Merchandising Store website. This is a demo account provided by Google. We will start with getting access to this demo account. Why do we need demo account and all that stuff? We will discuss in detail. So how do you switch between demo account, your personal account, your company's account, etc.? Where do you switch? The switch is available here at the left corner next to Google Analytics logo. If you click on it, you will see three columns. First is Analytics account, second one is the properties, third is the views, which is the hierarchy of Google Analytics. So if I have to switch between accounts, so what are accounts, what are properties, what are views? We have covered it in the last session. It is just like the folder, main folder, subfolder, and the view of it. Demo account. Okay, I don't want to access the reports of demo account now. I want to access report of my personal website. I can simply click on it. This is my personal website. Again, it's called as demo account. I have named it demo account, so don't get confused. I can choose the right property and then I can choose the view that I want. So this is where you can switch your views, properties, or even accounts. Let's go ahead. Let's see a report so that I can walk you through what exactly a report looks like, what are available different options. If we understand the structure of one report, most of the reports are in the same format. So let's go and see a report that we have already seen. So I can go to browser and OS report. Remember, on the first session, we took a case study in which we asked like, okay, users are not able to understand or not able to see my website in IE. Will it have any impact? This is the report which I opened and showed you. So while accessing the reports, most of the times you don't need to access the content on the left hand side. So there is an arrow. Click on this arrow. It will collapse. So the amount of space that is available for you to consume the report increases. So this is the report. Most of the reports are available in the same format. If you understand this report, like where are things placed, the structure of this page, then things will become easy for you to understand other different reports. I see there are a few questions, account properties, how to create views and core. We are going there. Have patience. I will address them. Don't worry. Let me finish this part first. Okay, so when you are in report, on the top, you see that there is name of the report. So whenever if you feel, hey, I'm lost, I don't know where I am. So just look at the top. You will see name of the report. After name of the report, there are few options on the right hand side, but the important thing you will see is the graphical representation of the data. You have a line graph. What does this line graph indicate? The blue dot indicate the users and Then on the x-axis you have the date. So it will show you a trend. It will immediately make you understand how many people are visiting my website in last 7 days. Okay, February 29, March 1, the numbers went down, but slowly again they are coming back to the normal. Most probably on the weekends the number will go down. So this is the linear graph or visual representation of your data. Now, if I scroll down, what I see is the actual numerical values. Since this is a browser and OS report, OS is operating system here. So these are the different browsers and data associated with it. So this is the tabular format. This is the actual table which will give you numbers of that report. I'm not going to discuss these numbers in detail here because purpose of this conversation is not to understand the browser report but to understand overall structure of the report. So on the left hand side you have browsers. If you go into geography report you will have cities or countries on the left hand side and numbers associated with it on the right hand side. So these numbers are divided into acquisition, behavior and conversion. How many users out of this, how many new users, how many sessions they gave, what was the bounce rate. So like for Chrome users the bounce rate is 47%. They gave me a revenue of $27. Conversion rate is less than 0.01%. All that information I am able to see here. Are there people who are accessing my website only from these 10 browsers which are on my screen? I can see the answer here. 1 of 10 out of 17. That means there are 17 different browsers available in this report. So how do I access 11 to 17? You can click on this right arrow. You can switch to the next page, or you can increase the number of rows which are available for you. You can choose from 10 to up to 5,000. Because we are humans, we have our own limitation. The max rows that I do or I choose while crunching the report is 50. I don't keep more than that. But if you have to export the data, then you can choose up to 5,000 and export the data. So let me click on the right arrow. Let's see what happens. The report got updated. Now I see from 11th to 17. Let me go back. I can also increase the number of rows. I can increase instead of 10. If I do 25, all of my 17 browsers will be shown to me. So this is how you actually access your report. Now, this is a browser report, but it says browser and OS, browser and operating system. So where is operating system information? So every report, if you look on the top, you will see something called as primary dimensions. This is the browser report. Then you have a report for operating system. You can click on the operating system. The report will get updated and it will start showing you information about the operating system of people who are accessing your website. Similarly, the report will also give info about screen resolution, screen color, and the flash version that user is using. Now here you will see 38% of your users are on Windows, followed by 24 Macintosh, so on, so forth. 8 different operating system people are using to access my website. So whenever you are in report, please keep an eye on the primary dimension. You might find some useful information or other parts of the reports here. So the graphical representation. Under that graphical representation, you have the actual numerical values, the primary dimensions, and the numerical values. You can change or switch between pages using the right left arrow or the drop down here. If you go on break while accessing the page, you come back after 1 hour, you don't have to refresh the whole page. You can simply click here, refresh the report. The report will refresh automatically and it will show you the latest numbers. So now you work for a company, your boss says, "Hey Pallavi, send me data for last 1 month. What exactly happened on my website? How many people were accessing my website by Chrome? Send me that data for last 1 month." If you see here, this data is for 7 days only. So the default date range for Google Analytics when you log in is 7 days. If you want data for more than 7 days, you will have to use the date range selector here, which is available at the top right corner. Using the date range selector, you can choose the date for which you need to access the report. Do you just want to see data for yesterday, data for last 7 days, last 30 days, or just the January month? I don't want to see what happened in February. Then you can choose the date selector. There are few date ranges available so that you can quickly change. You don't have to manually choose the dates like today, yesterday, last week, last month, last 7 days, last 30 days. So boss has asked us, hey, tell me what happened in last 30 days. I can simply click here, last 30 days. Google Analytics will choose last 30 days by default. If boss asks, hey, tell me what happened in January, I can simply come here, click on the January. Google will choose January. So let's switch to last 30 days, click on apply. So now report will update. Now instead of showing data for last 7 days, Google will show you data for last 30 days. Here is your data. The graph of course is now showing more points. It now has 30 different dates on it. If you scroll down, you will see the numbers have increased. Why? Because I chose larger date range. So if you need to change the date range, the date range selector is available here. Let me choose another report now. Let's go to geography, sorry. Let's see the location report. The reason I want to open the location report is to show you that here the graphical representation is not a line chart. Because now we are in geography report, you want to understand from where people are visiting my website. Now it is showing me a world map. If I scroll down, now the structure remains the same. Only the values on the left hand side are changing, and so do values on the right hand side. Now instead of browsers, what I have the countries. Still I have the same option here, how to choose different rows. I have values coming from 172 countries, the right left arrow, the refresh button, the date range selector, everything remains the same. What changes is the actual data. So I want you to understand these things which will remain the same. The report structure, when you understand this, you can fluently switch between the reports and gain more understanding out of them. Now, if your boss asks you, or if you want to, some of you are like people who will be really very good in Excel. Playing in Excel will be their day to day job. They will be creating reports in Excel. Then of course, they will be exporting the values from that Excel into presentation and then will be giving presentation to management. So those guys will be wondering, hey, I'm good at Excel. Rather, some of my data is already available in Excel. Can I just copy this data in my Excel report so that I can crunch the numbers in Excel along with other data that is available to me there? The answer is yes. But you don't have to copy. Google makes this job easy for you. export option is available. You can export the report. You can export report in 4 different formats: PDF, Google Sheet, Excel format, and CSV format. Let's say I want in Excel format. I will choose the Excel. It will give me the report. I can either open directly Excel or save it on my machine. I will show you how that report looks like. If you export data in Excel, please remember no graphical things are exported. Google will not export any graphical, be it line graph, be it the global map, it will not export. What it will export? It will export only the values. Let's see how the report looks like. So the first sheet will look most of the time blank. Don't get confused. You can look at the another sheet called as data set. Something is happening here. What is the difference between Excel and CSV? These are two different formats. They are not the same format. One is Excel format, the second one is comma separated values format. If you open the CSV file in Excel, it might look the same, but it's not the same format. It is different format. CSV formats are used for data export and import. If you want to export the values for, let's say you take the values from Google Analytics and import in your CRM, then CRM will recommend that you import the data in CSV format. You can use Excel to open the CSV format file, but it's a different format. What if we want graph in pie charts? Yes, that is possible. I will show you how. It's it will be covered in today's session. Don't worry, Ankur. Okay, something is going wrong with my Excel. I don't know why. I will skip the Excel part. Let me download a PDF. It is saying exporting in PDF format. That means whatever values are available on your screen, Google Analytics will create a report on the fly and will share it with you. So if your boss has asked, show me data or give me data for last 30 days, you have to ensure that you actually choose the date range to last 30 days. If he says, show me top 25 countries, you have to ensure you choose top 25. Then only export the values or then only export the report, because even though there are 172 countries, Google will not export data for 172 countries. It will export the report for whatever you have selected on the screen. So this is what your report will look like when you export it in PDF format. The graphical data is also here. If your boss has access to your Google Analytics, which of course he will, he can just simply click on go to report and look at the report in detail in Google Analytics. So your boss says, hey buddy, when you come to office every day, you send me a report in the morning from which countries people visited my website most yesterday. So every morning what you will do, you will come to Google Analytics, choose yesterday, click on apply, export the report and email it to your boss. This is option number 1, but you can also play smart. You can click on share. There you can enter your boss's email address. Choose the format in which you want to share the report. Then choose frequency. When do you want to send it? I want to send it daily for next 6 months. You can just simply write hi as requested. attached is geo or blah blah blah, whatever your report. Just say I'm not a bot, I'm not a robot, and click on save. Every day, Google will export this report and email it to your boss, whatever email address you enter here. Google will automate this job for you. You don't have to log into different reports every day, download, copy them, whatever. You just set this job. Google will do this job for you. A lot of time will be saved. So we have seen export, we have seen share. What is edit? Say for example, I'm not going to say do edit job. Don't do it unless and until you are a pro user, like you have spent a year or so on Google Analytics. Till that time don't touch the edit. But say I want some additional value here. I want a fourth column here. How do I do that? You can simply go to edit. It will show your report in a bit different format. So what's the zoom level you want? No, I don't want, whenever I log in, don't show me world. Just show me the country. You can choose that. Is there any specific country that you want? Yeah, you can type that also. Okay, what do you want to see? Okay, under e-commerce, I want to see these many values, but hey, I don't want to see, no, I don't want to see sessions under e-commerce. Okay, I can close that. I don't want to see users under e-commerce. Okay, but I want to see, let's say, pages. I want to see pages per session. All that stuff you can play around here and click on save. But I'm going to click on cancel. I don't want to do any of that. But just for your information, you have that option available. That's the edit. I can also just click on save. Why? Because by default, the date range was 7 days. By default, it was showing me 10 countries. But what I did, I changed it to 30 days. I changed it to 25 countries. I might instead go add some additional filters and all that stuff. I don't want to do that job every day. Every day, I don't want to change the date range. Every day, I don't want to add these things, add filters and all that stuff. I will do that job once and click on save. That report will get saved, and that report, when we save it, will be available under the customization. The customized report will be available for us, so that you don't have to go here, geolocation, do all that stuff again every day. You just go to the report that you have saved. So save, export, share, edit, insights. These are the machine learning algorithms. Google is running machine learning algorithms. They will have their own insight. So if you just want to read through them, you can click here and read through the insights that Google Analytics, their machine learning algorithms, are providing you. Let me switch back to our browser and OS report again. Look, how am I switching? I went to the left hand side panel, I went to the right report, I clicked on it, report on the right hand side got updated. For first few weeks, you will struggle. Okay, where exactly is that browser and OS report? You will struggle with that. But as you spend more time, you will be spending, you will quickly be going to the report that you are looking for. Add segment. So when we learn what is segment, this is the place that we are going to add segment. At this time, just know that this is the place. What is segment and all that stuff we are going to cover. Okay, so now I am in Chrome, Safari, Firefox and all that stuff. Or I think this won't be a good report. Instead, let's switch to city report instead of country. Now, I have switched to location report. It is showing me data for countries. Now I want to see data for cities. Where do I find it? It's nowhere on the left hand side here. Where is data for cities? Look here, primary dimension again. So never miss the primary dimension. And in your early days, first few days, click whatever you see. Okay, anything that doesn't delete your data or doesn't corrupt your data, just go and click and see what happens. Okay, so I want to see city report. Okay, let me come here, click here. Okay, now what I have is different city reports. In any report, if you see something called as not set, that means Google Analytics was not able to capture that particular value for that those many users. So here not set under the city report. That means for 288 users, Google Analytics was not able to understand which city the user belongs to. Hence it is not set. That's the meaning of not set. Now here we have a search bar and few icons. Let's see what is this search bar and what are these icons. Everyone clear till whatever we have discussed? Should I stop for a minute or two? Okay, just small 1 minute break we'll take and then we will proceed. It's a lot of data that we are consuming today, but slowly the pace will increase. Just small 1 minute break we will take. Just breathe, have a glass of water. We will then proceed. We will see what is the search bar and five different icons on the on the top. Sorry. Okay, Abhijit has a question. What do we do with not set data? Let's see. I will cover that, Abhijit. What all do we cover today? Okay, Kristen, this is our agenda for today's session. And guys, there are lots of chats. In case I miss your question towards the end of the session, I keep time for question and answer. Please repeat that question. Okay, so don't think I haven't answered that question on the top. I'm not going to answer. I have no interest in answering that. No, it is just that I visit chat box intermittently and there are lots of messages. Some messages I might not be able to address at that time, but please repeat your question during the Q&A time. Okay, now let's come back to our discussion. Let's proceed ahead. So there are different cities. Like, how many cities am I getting traffic from? Any idea? Can you guys tell me? How many different cities do this website get visits from? Okay, three people were able to give me answer. 801 is the answer they have given me. Right. 801 different cities I am getting traffic from. How do I know? Here I can see. 1 of 10, that is row number 1 to 10 of total 801 different rows available. The first row is not set, that means different 800 cities data is available to me. But 801, right answer. Unfortunately, we have not set here. Right answer in this case would be 800, but 801 is also valid answer. Now, there is a scenario. Your boss asks that, hey, I want to see what's happening with Mumbai. Mumbai is a big city, huge population, lot of active people on the internet. If you are India-based business, you cannot afford to lose Mumbai, Bangalore, Calcutta, cities like this. So your boss says, hey, show me data available for Mumbai. What will you do? You don't have to search for Mumbai in 800 different rows. Google has taken care of this. You can simply come to this search bar and type Mumbai. Now, can you guys tell me what will happen if I click up, if I type Mumbai and click on search here? What data will be produced? Random guess and a quick guess, please. Mumbai data will appear. It will show you data for Mumbai. Okay, let's click on search and let's see what happens. Okay, data is updated. Now you will see only every rest of the data disappeared from the graph. Only there is a circle on India that represents Mumbai. If I scroll down, I see data for Mumbai. Okay, now this data, I can do the number crunching. I can reach out to my boss and say, hey, from Mumbai, we received 35 orders. We received 5 newsletter subscribers and all that stuff. So use this search box. Now let me change the date range because it is from just yesterday. If we increase the date range, let's see. Because 18 users is not a great number to see any report. Now if I move my mouse cursor here, it is just showing me. It is not giving me number this time. Why? Let's go ahead and see. Okay. Now what do I have? I have Mumbai also. I have Navi Mumbai also. Now why this happened? Because Navi Mumbai also has a Mumbai in its name. And we search for Mumbai. Any rows which has mention of Mumbai will be showing here. So now our goal is, hey, I want to see only Mumbai, not Navi Mumbai. So now what will happen if someone search with a new in it? So it will show New York, it will show New Hampshire, it will show New Delhi. No, that's not my purpose. I want only New Delhi. So how to do that? I want to remove this Navi Mumbai. I want to do only Mumbai. So for that purpose, we can use something called as advanced search. Now, what is advanced search? It will allow us some advanced search functionalities. What do I want to do? Yes, I of course want to include city name called as Mumbai, but it has to be exact match to Mumbai. Okay, not anything that contains Mumbai in it. So when I'm in advanced search and I start typing something, it is giving me available option. You need exact match to watch. I want exact match to Mumbai. Now I click on apply. I come down. Now I have Mumbai. Okay, so that's the feature of advanced search. So do search. If you are not able to do the search, choose the advanced search. Advanced search, as name says, it is advanced. Use it. Now I'm going to remove the filters. Let's see another use of advanced search. Now I clicked on X icon. It has removed my search. Now I see everything. Now I have not set values. Okay, not set. I don't want. Someone asked what do we do with not set. We can't really do much about it. So I will remove it from my report. How do I remove it from my report? I will click on advanced. I will choose include city containing what? Bracket, or we have to exclude this time. I will choose exclude exactly matching not set. I want to remove the not set values from my report. So I will choose exclude city, which is exactly matching as not set. I will click on apply. Now you will see the top city is New York. It's not set. So now I can confidently say the highest number of people who come to my website are from the New York City. Okay, that's what we do with the not set. I think Abhijit asked me that question. Abhijit, are you clear how to eliminate that not set now? Good, thank you. Someone asked me about the pie chart also. Maybe it was Ankur you. I want data in pie chart. How do we get data in pie chart? Okay. For that purpose, let's see the 5 different report types available for us. There are 5 different types of report formats available for us, and those 5 different types of report formats are shown here. The first one is data format, the next one is percentage format. Here you will see it is also represented by a pi symbol. So Ankur, your answer is lying there. Then we have the performance, then we have comparison, and then we have the pivot tables. So these are the 5 different types of reports available for us. Let's switch on to the next report format. Now Google is loading the data in a different report format. Higher the number of rows, it will take longer the time. Again, I removed that advanced search. I will add that again. I'm removing not set from my report. Now look, the data is available to me in the pie chart form. If you just simply move your mouse cursor here, it will tell you what exactly is this pie representing to you. Gray color represents other users, users from other cities, not these top 10. New York, followed by London, Sunnyvale, etc. So the data is available to me in the pie format here. If you don't want data about the users, if you want data about something else, you can do that. I want report about new users. You can do new users compared to users. No, in both the cases, I want new users. Now I have this. I'm still in the city report, but now data is represented in a different format. If I go into third report format, you will see that the data is still for the report city, but the way data is presented has changed. Performance report. If at any time if you think okay I have forgot anything or I don't understand what it is, move your mouse cursor, Google Analytics will tell you what it is. In many of the cases you will see there is a question mark. I don't see the question mark here, but let's say after city you will see a question mark. If you just click on it, it will show you what's the meaning of that word, what that particular report is about. Okay, Pallavi says, is it possible to get data on which cities in New York? New York itself is a city. So no, you cannot go beyond the city level. So let's say, for example, in Mumbai or in Pune or in Bangalore, you can go up to the Bangalore level. You cannot go Kormangala. You cannot go Sarjapur Road. That level of detail is not provided in Google. Why not provided? Because that's also a breach of privacy of that user. Because from your Google Analytics, if you are able to pinpoint, hey, okay, Ashish is sitting on Sarjapur Road in Bangalore and this is his address, it's a breach of my privacy. So no, you can't go in that level. The maximum level that you can go is up to the city level. You cannot go beyond that. So where from? Nam has a question. So from where we can get that data? No, you can't get that data. You should not even get that data. It is not legally right, Nam. Don't get in that matter. You might end up in jail. Nowadays things are getting very serious with digital and privacy rights. Earlier it was people don't care so much, but now don't do that, guys. Not a good way to go there. Okay, so this is the city report. The longer this graph, the blue line, higher the contribution. Okay, higher the performance. Comparison report. I can do comparison between different values. I can do comparison. Okay, if I have to make you understand the comparison report, let me switch to bounce rate. I will switch to bounce rate. Okay, comparison report. As the name suggests, it is the comparison report. That means it is comparing something. What it is comparing now? It is comparing the bounce rate. It is comparing bounce rate with what? If there is comparison, of course, I need two things. A and B. I can compare A with B or B with A. So what comparison is happening here? So you can see that the average for view 46.93%. That means average bounce rate is 46%. Average website bounce rate is 46%. But the bounce rate for this Kabul, I don't know why these cities are coming here now, but they are coming here because they have the highest bounce rate. If you see the arrow here, it is showing you a downward face arrow. That means from higher to lower. If you want to see values which are lower to higher, you can simply click on this arrow here. The values will change, ascending to descending, descending to ascending. Okay. Now, the central line here represents the website average. That is 46.93 percentage. Any city which is better doing than 46.93 percentage will have a green indication and the green value by what percentage it is doing get greater. Any city which is doing bad than the website average, say website average is 46%, but bounce rate from Mumbai is 52%, that means it is doing bad than the average website, it will be shown in red. Okay, so if you have to find out cities whose bounce rate is bad than the website average, this is the best report for you. Just choose the bounce rate and find the red values here. Cities which are in red, these are the cities with bad bounce rate which is more than the website average. You have to find those cities, maybe provide more city specific content, target right users in those cities. It will improve your bounce rate for that particular city. So this is the comparison. The last view that is available for us is the pivot view. How many of you have worked with pivot tables in Excel? Do you guys understand what's the meaning of pivot? Yes, no, quickly. Central or pinpoint. Okay. So people who have worked in Excel, most of the time you might end up using the pivot reports there. Very useful. Let's go and see the pivot reports in Google Analytics. What's the meaning of pivot? Pivot means how do you look at things from that particular point? How do you look at different things from that particular point is called the pivot reports. Now, when I open the pivot reports in Google Analytics, they look to me something like this. Name of the city is on the right hand side. Values are on the left hand side. Values on the right hand side. Only one row have value, rest of them have zeros in them. Why this is happening? Because on the left hand side, I have pivot selected for what? It is selected for city, and I'm pivoting also by city. So pivot by, keep it simple. What do you want on the right hand side? What do you want on the right hand side is again city. So New York, traffic from New York City is 1774. It will only be available under New York. Can I say traffic for New York City from London 50 users? No. So that's why that particular city name will have values, the rest will be zero. So this is a bad selection. We have to improvise on that. So what I can do is, let's say I want to pivot by age. Now you will see report is making more sense to you. Why? Because now, yes, Pallavi, no point in doing that, so I changed it to age. Now report makes more sense to you. I have cities on the left hand side and age groups on the right hand side. Till this point, what I was able to see, I was able to see that I have 100 users from Mumbai. But now with the help of pivot reports, what I see, I have 100 reports, or rather 100 users from Mumbai and their age group also. So for New York, total users were 759, users under age group 25 to 34, 324, 18 to 24, 162, age group 3, 4, 5. Now remember there is another age group 6. So there are 6 columns, but I can see only 5 columns here. So if I have to see the 6th column, I will have to click on this right arrow. So when I click on this right arrow, the column number 6 is shown to me, which is age group 65 plus. So from New York, I get 759 users. Out of those 759, 34 were from the age group 65. Now remember, earlier we got some higher numbers, like New York City was getting 1700 users. But now it is saying only 759 users. Why is it saying less numbers now? Because not necessarily every user's age Google Analytics will be able to understand. How do Google Analytics understand age? Like say for example you have logged into Gmail in one tab and you are accessing websites in another tab. Google knows, okay, Ashish has logged in this browser. His age is X, his gender is Y. So that data Google can provide. It will never provide data exact like, okay, this is Ashish accessing your website, but it will say, okay, there was a user who is between age group 25 to 34, whose gender was male, and he's from Bangalore city. That's what. So that information will be provided. Only 759 users out of 117 or 1700 for which Google was able to find the age group, hence the number are less. Look how we are improvising. First, I was only able to tell you how many users came from New York. But now with the help of pivot table, I am able to tell you how many people from New York City from different age groups now. I am able to tell you that also. This is the improvisation possible because of report format that we used is pivot. I can further improvise. Now I want to know the male and female. Let's do that. I can choose the secondary dimension. And no, not male female. I should choose gender. Not just Chrome, Vivek, any browser, and Google is able to identify your gender. Okay, now I added secondary dimension. What is dimension? What is a metric? If you don't understand, we are going to discuss that. At this time, just remember I added a secondary dimension. Now I added gender in it. Now what kind of report I see? I see a report that from New York, males were 425 and from age group 25 to 34, I had 184 male users. 140 female users. Now look how valuable this data is. If you are running campaigns, if you are paying for every click, how valuable this data is. You want to understand, okay, I'm selling lipsticks. I want to target female only. No point in targeting males, and I'm paying 5 rupees per click. So where do I do my advertisements most? At this time, where are females coming more to my website from? I can get this data from here, export it in Excel, do number crunching, find the cities from where I am getting female traffic most at this time organically, so that I can improve my performance in those cities. Look how valuable this data can be. Instead of just saying now New York 100 users, Mumbai 200 users, now we can say that New York male users in this age group XYZ numbers. So we are improvising on our reporting. Now how this the gender came from? I added it as a secondary dimension. So this is your city's primary dimension. Gender is your secondary dimension. There is a tab here, secondary dimension. I clicked on it. I chose gender from it. Cool. So these are 5 different reporting formats available to us. Okay, I see a question how to extract not set data when GA is in city mode filter. Okay, so let's not call it city mode filter, Ankur. It's a city report. Okay, it's not a filter, it's a city report. How do you extract values for not set? Okay, let me just go back to our normal report format. I'm going to remove this advanced filter on so that I see not set. Now you want to see only the values for not set. I'm going to remove the secondary dimension also. Okay, so just click on this X icon here. Simply click on not set. Remember, these are blue hyperlinks. That means you can click on it. You can click on it not set. Google will show you reports only for not set. These are values only for not set. And if you want to export them, if you want to download them, choose Excel, CSV, whatever you want, and then you will be able to get values only for not set. Clear, Ankur? Okay, Pallavi has a question. Advanced filter on or off to remove the selection. If you want to remove, let's go back. The filter will be blank. Okay, so filter will be blank. So just, it's not switch on and off. That means filter is in use or no use. If you just click X, you will be able to see not set. Pallavi, clear? Good. So guys, any questions, any doubts for whatever we have discussed today? Purpose of this conversation was was not to make you a ninja in city reports, but purpose of this conversation was to get you acquainted with Google Analytics. If you want to access the report, where to go? The reports are available on the left hand side. If you want to change the date range, where is the date range option? It's on the top right corner. If you want to export the reports, how do you do that? All that stuff. But with this conversation, I hope you are now clear with the city and the browser and OS report also. Amrit, you are not able to understand. I was not able to get that from your comment. What exactly you were trying to say? Good. Okay, so now something called as demo account. You have to practice a lot, yes. Not just analytics, everything in digital marketing. This is not a theory subject. You have to practice, practice, and practice. Then you will understand things, you will be able to execute things. What I'm using here is Google's demo account to show you the reports. So what is a demo account? So Google has a website called as Google Merchandising Store. You can Google it. Google Merchandising Store. This is a Google's website where you can go and buy Google branded stuff like a pen that has a Google logo on it, a bag that has a Google logo on it, or here you can see a bottle that has a Google logo on it. Most of the time, Google employees will go here and buy it because they are Google employees. They want to like wear a Google branded shirt. So people like you and me who were trying to learn analytics, they just started in analytics. They would say that, hey, I just started in analytics. I have added analytics to my website, but the kind of traffic I get is like 10 users per day, 15 users per day. With this kind of numbers, I'm not able to understand different reports which are available for me. Neither I am an e-commerce store, so I cannot access the e-commerce report, but I want to learn those reports. I want to see a report with some high number values so that those make sense to me. Google heard us, and what they did is they created a demo account using which you will be able to access all the reports, be it e-commerce or any report in Google Analytics, and that too with real numbers. This website, Google Merchandising Store, has Google Analytics in it, and Google decided to give access of this website's analytics data to you. So whatever numbers you see here, these are the real numbers for this website, googlemerchandisingstore.com. These are the real numbers. What's the purpose of giving access to these numbers? So that you can make use of different Google Analytics functions, even though your own website doesn't have a lot of traffic. You don't own e-commerce store, but you want to access the e-commerce report. using the demo account, you can access the reports for this website. So let's go ahead and grab the access for Google's demo account so that you will also be able to see these numbers, these nice numbers. So instead of seeing traffic from just 3 countries, 4 countries, now you will have report where you have data from 172 countries. You will be able to do the number crunching. Okay. No, you cannot increase traffic from Google Merchandising Store. They are just giving you read-only access to their analytics account. How do we get access to the Google's demo account? It is pretty simple. Just open Google and type Google Analytics demo account. A support link will open. Click on it. I'm going to ping this in the chat box also. Pallavi, make a guess why they are giving you read-only access, not an admin level access. Make a wild guess. Okay, so you are on this demo account page. I have given you link to this page. Now what you need to do to get access to this demo account? In any other tab, just keep your analytics open so that you don't have to log in. You are already logged in. Scroll down. You will see something called as access demo account. There will be a link called as access demo account. Simply click on it. When you click on it, you will be navigated to Google Analytics and you will realize that now you have access to Google Analytics demo account. That's it, one single click and you have access. Please do that. I will give you a minute for this. Thanks Parul, thanks Ankur. Everyone else, please do the needful. Click on this demo account link and confirm in the chat box. Yes, Shobha. Pallavi, I think Shobha answered your question. They give you read-only access because you should only read their data. You should not go and mess up with their data. You should not go and delete something. You should not go and change some properties. That's why you have read-only access. Perfect. Everyone is done. So now you have access to a demo account. Now please remember, whenever you are looking at the report, please train your eyes. Train your eyes that whenever you log into analytics, any report, first thing you should check, am I in the right account and the right property? Say for example, I want to see a report for Google Analytics, my personal blog, but right now I'm in digital vidya, but I ignore that and I just see, okay, wow, United States, I'm getting traffic from, I don't know how, but I'm getting traffic from United States. Actually you're not looking at your personal blog or your required website, you're looking at something else. So always ensure that you switch back to your personal account when you want to see data for your website. When you want to see account for demo website, come to the demo account, choose merchandising store. Okay, so don't look data for a wrong website. And date range, by default the date range is last 7 days. Change it to 30, 35, 1 year, whatever you want, so that you report the data for the right date range. So two things you have to Train your eyes to always check the right account, right view, and the date range. Okay, Pallavi has a question. So, why are they showing Google Merchandising Store? What do they want us to learn? Pallavi, it's if you don't want to see this data, it's okay. You can ignore it. Google gave us this data so that people with low website traffic can still see different reports in analytics and learn those reports. But if you don't want, you can ignore. You can just look at your own website data. It's not mandatory that we look at this data, but it is beneficial for people to look at this data because they have actually data. Correct, right, Pallavi. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to can you increase strategies to increase traffic on your website? You might want to rephrase this question, Siddharth. Increase strategies to increase the traffic. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to share feedback link in the chat box and opening this session for question and answers. If I have missed anything, your previous question, please ping the same. Or if you have any other question, please ask. Meanwhile, the feedback link is in your chat box. Please go ahead and provide your feedback. Can you share some strategies to increase traffic on website? So that's a pretty larger landscape, Siddharth. So whatever you learn, like you learn SEO, you learn email, you learn social, paid campaigns, all that you have to bring together. All those things you have to start executing and you will be able to increase the traffic. Like SEO only, you can have a detailed strategy. Social, you can have another detailed strategy, and combine them together, you have a digital marketing strategy. So that's a pretty uh, large canvas, and it also depends on website to website. Varun says we have to send all week's assignment together in fourth week. Yes, you are right, but that doesn't mean you LinkedIn, Akshay, best way to reach me or connect with me will be my Twitter, not LinkedIn. I don't check LinkedIn quite often. Twitter will be the best thing. Don't wait till fourth week, but I urge you because you have to continuously practice everything. So be on top of assignments as soon as week is over. Do the assignment. Perfect, Varun. Very happy to read that. Varun has completed his first week assignment. Yeah, Akshay, you have answer in the chat box. Amulya has a question. Will you cover goal setup as well? Yes, Amulya, we are going to cover goal setup. Wow, Siddhant is pretty fast. Completed his assignment. Good. Okay, Pallavi has a question. Having my business site and another site which is businessname.blogspot.com, do I create account or property for second site? In your case, you will create property, Pallavi. Because, like I said, if I have my own websites, I will keep them under Ashish personal websites. It can be businessname1.com, businessname2.com, businessname.blogspot.com. Or you can just create whatever health business you have, account for that and keep its blog and website, both of them, under one single account as two different properties. Saranya, the feedback link I will share in the chat box again. Hey, thanks Akshay, thanks for that comment. Hey Pallavi, you're welcome. I hope I was able to answer your queries. Saranya, I have shared the feedback link again. So, this is what I wanted to discuss with you. If time permitted, I also wanted to discuss how to create views, but I don't want to rush into it unnecessarily till you are clear with what exactly the Google Analytics is. So from next week onwards, we will start by creating a view, by creating filter, we will create goals. We will also try and understand how to create events in Google Analytics. So that will be our agenda for next week. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Yes, is there a class on Tuesday? Do we have any off next Tuesday? If not, then yes, there will be class on Tuesday. Yeah, I remember there was one holiday. Let's see. I'm not sure at this time, but if there is any off, then they will notify you. Akshay says, can you show us some real life examples? Yes, we will take rather from next session onwards. Most of the time we will spending on the websites and analytics, and very little on this notepad file, because right now we are dealing with theory. We want to ensure you understand things. You see most of the theory part. Next week onwards, most of the stuff will be practical. We will discuss it and then you will do it. Thanks, Pallavi. Good night. Happy Holi to you, Ankur. Happy Holi in advance to everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time today. We will connect next week. Till that time, keep practicing and enjoy. Take care. Bye bye.